Hello and welcome to my first video on my YouTube channel. Been mulling over it, but I just decided, you know what, I need to just start one. So here I am at Stretford PureGym, about to attempt a new 1 rep max on my deadlift. So I'm going to start off as I do with every leg day, doing my warm-up routine. First up we do some crab walks. This is just to help the glutes warmed up, make sure that they're not stiffen up later on the workout. Then we move on to some glute bridges. Just getting the band on. And we just do a couple of, just up to 10 of these. The little maneuvers that I do have changed over time, but then it's been more or less stuck to this routine. And they definitely have helped. I know some people don't warm up before their leg workouts, but then I'm too used to it now. Just part of the routine. If I don't warm up properly, I feel like everything will just fall like a deck of cards. Anything I wanted to achieve, especially because this is a 1 rep max attempt, that this is something that I need to be physically and mentally prepared for. So I definitely need to be in the right headspace, as well as feel that my body is going to coordinate as I plan. Just getting through this, and then in a moment I'll have to go downstairs because of the layout of the gym. The functional area is upstairs in this gym, but then the free weights and the barbells all downstairs. So the next part of the routine will have to go downstairs. So here I'm just doing some routines to just make sure that I have good knee and hip mobility. Perhaps not so much important knee mobility in terms of deadlifts, but I was planning to do some squats, which you'll see later on the hat squat machine. And then we just foam roll, which is also something that I do in every workout, not just the leg days, also the upper body days, just to relax the back, do some thoracic stretches. Because of all the sitting down that I would normally do at work, although I was off work that day, but it's still something that, you know, it's just embedded in the routine at this point. So now we are downstairs and we do some stuff with the barbell. So first up, I like to do something that's called Kang squats. So it's more or less an RDL into a squat. And these really are a good stretch for my hamstrings. I always feel doing these is always a good thing, especially considering that the main muscle that I am going to be training when doing all these deadlifts is going to be my hamstrings. And then this one also, side lunges, these also help with that stretch. Really useful with getting everything loose and ready for when I get to do the deadlifts. And then this is just something I also add. Normally I do these in the pull days, just to get the back ready, and because I am doing deadlifts, my back will be involved, so I'm going to do that. And then we're just doing some more hip and knee mobility with a deep squat. These will be definitely useful when I'm doing squats, and again, these are just better than my routine now. I like doing these all the time just to make sure everything's fine. Okay, so here we are. We're going to do some just specific, just because of the nature of the workout, because it's a 1 rep max. Wouldn't normally do these, but then this is something. So just like to wrap a band around the back of my knees, and then just to use my hips to open up the hips, and then just to pick up those 2 dumbbells just to get in the prime position. I actually spent quite a while looking for kettlebells, despite how many times I've been to this gym, I've only just realised that day that there were no kettlebells in that gym. Maybe someone can correct me. And then these here, just doing a hinge, pulling that band back like I am, just really works the back muscles. It almost helps to cue what I should be feeling when picking up that bar from my back. Alright, so here we go. So there's a specific routine that I go through. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film everything perfectly here. To build up to the 1 rep max, I do certain warm-up sets. And the third set, which you're seeing here, is 192.5. And once I attempt the 1 rep max, I'll do some drop-off sets. So to build up to the 1 rep max, my first set is always 50% of the potential 1 rep max, just for 5 reps. Then the second set will be 70% for 3. The third set will be 90% for 2. I always want to only do 10 reps total for my warm-up sets, because the warm-up sets only supposed to be to warm myself up for my actual working sets. They're not supposed to tire me out. They're not really supposed to be part of the actual workout. So the 1 rep max today that I'm attempting is 215. Having previously done 200 back in the summer last year. So the first set was 107.5k for 5 sets. And then the second set, 70% of that 1 rep max will be roughly 150. So you only saw the last of those warm-up sets. That was done for 2. And normally that set is always the one where, you know, will I be able to do it today? And I felt good. So that's why I did that finger flick, because I knew, yeah, that felt good, that I could do this. So here I'm just loading up 215. Just as a side note, if you're thinking, why does it look like 220? I actually used a 15k bar. So I'm not gonna lie, warming up, there was a bit of a tweak, a bit of a stiffness on my hip. So it did start making me apprehensive whether I could actually do it. But the warm-up sets gave me the confidence of at least to attempt it. You know, succeed or fail, we'll always have something to learn from it. Let's see what happens after this guy walks out of the way of my camera. I don't look happy, but I am very happy. That was a very good attempt. I feel like this workout was probably the best that I've ever deadlifted. I feel like perhaps a certain video that I watched about trying to make my arms as long as possible whilst deadlifting really helped me get into the right positions and really make it very comfortable for me. And here we have one of the back off sets. How I arrange the back off sets is I do 90% again for 4, because normally when I'm trailing normally 90% of my 1 rep max would end up being what I do for 4x4. So that'll be the very top end of my working sets in between attempting 1 rep maxes. And then we'll go to 80%, which we'll try for 8 reps, and then 75% which we'll try for 10 reps. So 90% didn't record, but then that was 4 reps, you just have to believe me. You just saw 80% for 8, and now we're going to be attempting 75% for 10. Definitely off adrenaline because I was still hyped from getting that 1 rep max. One thing that was also important was listening to music, because sometimes you won't be able to do any of this without the good tracks that are in your gym playlist. One thing, if you have been to this gym, you'll notice is the amount of plates, all the colourful plates, the touch the rainbow skittle plates that are in this gym. That's what I like to refer to them as. Something we can all agree on, the curse of being strong is the amount of plates you have to collect, set up, and then put back. You could be a dickhead. I don't want to be a dickhead, right? I want to at least be a nice, civil gym member. I want to at least be courteous to the fact that I do not own this place. So next up, hat squats. Boy, oh boy, did this humble me. I believe that I was able to do this weight because my notebook that I keep around and write all my workouts, the last time I did hat squat, I was able to do this weight for 10 reps. And I thought, hey, I should be able to do it again. Oh no, things did not go to plan. After that first rep, I knew, nah, this is VAPS. This is absolute VAPS. I'm not going to be able to do 10, so I just decided in my head then, let me try and get to 5, try and get a good depth, and then just move on. Because boy, there was me thinking I could do this, and then the Haskell said back to me,
I'm 14 stone, that's why. I'm 18 stone, I'm heavy.
Yeah, you can see my reaction. I'm just like, what has happened? I think it's probably because of the deadlifts I did before. You can see also writing into the journal that I wasn't exactly pleased about how things panned out. But, you know, I was still hyped about that 1 rep max, so I just thought, you know what, it is what it is, this happens. Next up, we're using the hip thrust machine. This has become quite a favourite of mine recently, especially seeing it pop up more and more in the PureGyms. I've actually built up to 85k, assuming that the starting weight is the machine itself, which is roughly about 22.5. That's why I had the two 20k plates, the two 10k plates, and the 2.5. And normally I go very heavy on my hip thrust. I haven't actually done hip thrust for a while. The overall goal is to be able to do half of what I do for hip thrust on that machine. And then here we're just finishing up doing some leg curls on a cable machine. Normally I like to do this on the leg extension machine, although things are getting a bit awkward, so I'm switching it to cables, and I feel like this is much better. I might start doing this more. I feel a better contraction doing it here. And this is just, you know, to train my hamstrings in a different way. And here we're at the end of the workout. We're just doing our cool down. We're doing certain stretches. They say that to do dynamic stretches before workouts and static stretches after workout is probably the best combination if you want to stretch. This is what I'm doing here. So quad stretches here, and then we'll move on to more hip, knee focused stretches. After this, we'll go back, we'll do the working sets to build up to a certain value, which is all calculated based off percentages of the next 1 rep max attempt, which will be 225. Plan is to eventually get to 300, that is the goal. Little stretch that I do, I usually go quite deep in here, but then watching a video from Samantha Nielsen, who's someone that I follow on my Instagram, she told me to just go up to maybe, she said it was better to go to 90 degrees rather than go all the way up to your chest. And yeah, I just stuck to doing that as well, you know, nice. So yeah, first talk over a workout on YouTube. Obviously the way I filmed it has actually not been very compatible with YouTube, so just bear with me. Over time I will get better. The videos will be presented will get better over time as I get used to it. But you know, you just gotta start, and this is my way of starting, and sometimes it's just better to start rather than to hope for perfect conditions. It'll never be perfect. Just do it, as Nike always likes to tell us. But yeah, more of these videos to come, as well as others in time. So until then, if you could like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, be sure to tune into the next video when it pops up. Until next time, onwards and upwards.